My brothers and sisters, you are now watching The Gamer2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
I did not expect this at E3. Dude, are you guys enjoying E3 or is it just me? Because this E3 might go down in history as the best E3 ever. I have literally only gotten maybe 4 hours of sleep from yesterday up until today. Dude, it is crazy right now. The internet is going crazy. So much comedy on Twitter. Dude, it's crazy right now. E3 is here, okay? It's official right now, and you know, this will be my review of Microsoft's conference. After that, I'll do Sony's. So let me just hop straight into it because I got a lot of stuff to do, man. Microsoft's E3 2013 conference, okay? For what it's worth. For what it's worth. Microsoft had a great conference. I mean, don't get it twisted. They had a great conference. They finally showed what people were telling them to show all along. Games. Video games. They showed video games literally throughout the entire conference. No Connect BS, no Xbox, none of that stuff, no apps, no features, games. I think they finally got the idea, like, yo, we better start showing like, we better start showing some games because people are starting to think that we're an entertainment console. So their conference was great. I think they had a great conference. So they start off by showing Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, and first off, that is an instant pickup because that, listen, you don't simply not buy a Metal Gear Solid game. So I'm buying that game day one. It looked amazing, and I just found it odd that for an Xbox conference, this is E3, people want to see what can we only get on Xbox, and you start off by showing a multi-platform game starting off your conference. It was just like, okay, I mean, yes, it's Metal Gear Solid, but just, I mean, it's not exclusive to Xbox One. And what made it even worse is Hideo Kojima himself, you bastard. He came on stage. It was just like, really? like really? You're gonna start off your conference this way? So, I mean, listen, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, don't get it twisted. That game of the year material, instant day one pickup, pre-order, whatever you want to do, that game will be what that game is. Greatness, okay? But I just found it odd they started off their conference by showing a multi-platform game, but that's what that is. Then they announced the new Xbox 360 model, which will be in stores as soon as today, and it's supposed to be sleeker, smaller, and more quiet. And I'm guessing it will be cheaper. I'm guessing soon, as of today, maybe tomorrow, sometime this week, there will be an announcement of an Xbox 360 price drop. If Microsoft still plans on being in the gaming industry. but I do expect them to, you know, announce a price drop for the Xbox 360. So if you've been thinking about getting an Xbox 360 for a while, you know, this might be a good time for that. Then they show off a trail. Whoa. Also, before I say that, Xbox Live Gold members will get 2 free game downloads per month now. So I guess they're trying to add stuff to Xbox Live to continue to charge for it. Because right now, literally, the only thing Xbox Live has over PlayStation 3 is cross game chat. That's literally the only thing. People will say Xbox Live is better than PSN, which is true. But if you're going to continue charging for Xbox Live, they have to add something. So people were saying that this is just a rip-off of PlayStation Plus, a bootleg PlayStation Plus, if you will. But you know, if you love Xbox Live, this is definitely good news. Get 2 free games downloads per month, and I think the first free 2-game downloads they said was Assassin's Creed 2 and Halo 3, 2 old games that if you have an Xbox, I'm sure you played at least once, but you know, that's what that is. Then they showed off a trailer for World of Tanks. Know nothing about that game, had no interest in that game, but there was a round of applause for it, so I guess it means something. Then Ryse Son of Rome, which is exclusive to Xbox One. That was one of the games they showed off that I was impressed with. It definitely has potential to it. You know, I'm liking the whole concept of it. It definitely had that 300 feel to it, to where they were throwing the arrows and then they were like, shields! And then they got, you know, behind their shields and blocked the arrows. So I'm liking the whole concept of the game, but I think they messed it up with adding so many quick time events. Literally every fight you get into, there's a quick time event. And it's just like, quick time events work when they're not overused. If you overuse quick time events, it just kind of kills the gameplay. So maybe they'll change that, but that was really the only thing I didn't like about Ryse Son of Rome. Aside from that, it looks to be a decent exclusive for the Xbox One, and it will be a launch title. So that's good. Then fans around the world probably jizzed themselves because, you know, they start off showing some game that looks like Street Fighter. I'm like, is this Super Street Fighter 5? What is this? And then all of a sudden you hear Ultra Combat. I'm like, no, no, Killer Instinct. Okay, instant nostalgia, dude. This is ridiculous. So they showed off Killer Instinct. It's official. Killer Instinct is coming back, you know. And you know, it did kind of look like Super Street Fighter a little bit, but I mean, it's been years since Killer Instinct, you know. So of course they have to upgrade the graphics and stuff like that. So, you know, looks good. Looks good. The only thing I was so disappointed in, because as you guys know, I don't really at this moment I'm not buying an Xbox One, but what made it kind of like, oh god dang it, it's exclusive to Xbox One, and you know, I mean, it was to be expected, but it was just like, oh man, if you want to play Killer Instinct, you gotta buy an Xbox One. So, you know, listen, if you are a die-hard Killer Instinct fan, listen, this is definitely a reason to buy an Xbox One. So that was great. Then Insomniac Games, okay, I mean, you want to talk about just no loyalty. Like, first freaking Hideo Kojima, now we got Insomniac. So Insomniac, and Insomniac, they fell off, man. They used to be I'm not saying that they're a bad developer now, but like, Ratchet and Clank games are not what they used to be. That franchise has fell off. You know, it's lost its value to me. And as well as Resistance. You know, Resistance, that franchise could have been something special, man. And I just feel like the way Resistance 3 was, and even 2, I didn't really like 2. I like portions of 2. I didn't like the full game of 2. Resistance 1, that game, story and online. The online for Resistance 1 was no joke, dude, okay? But it's just like, Insomniac has kind of fell off. They're not the same, so I didn't really care. But in Insomniac games, they're on Xbox now, and they will be making an exclusive game called Sunset Overdrive, which really reminded me of Brink. So you know, they didn't show no gameplay. It was just a trailer, but Insomniac Games now on Xbox side. I see you. Okay. But so then of course they show off Forza 5. You know, if you're a racing fan and you have an Xbox One, Forza is definitely one of those games you buy. It's a great oh my god, it is a great franchise, and you know, It looked good. I mean, Forza, it always looks good. It's a quality racing title, and so I'm sure if you plan on purchasing an Xbox One, Forza 5 is definitely one of those games you get. You know. Then they showed off Minecraft. And, you know, some people are saying, why are they still putting Minecraft on Xbox? Because Minecraft on PC completely blows anything else out of the water because you can do mods and stuff on PC. But Minecraft is coming back to Xbox One, and it will have bigger maps and more players. I've never played Minecraft, not a single time. I don't know if I should, but you know, so Minecraft is not really big to me, but I know there's a ton of Minecraft fans out there. Should they be wasting their time putting Minecraft on Xbox One where really Minecraft on PC is just so much superior? I don't know, but Minecraft is coming back to Xbox One. Then Quantum Break. They show off Quantum Break, which that game has a lot of potential. It's an exclusive for Xbox One. However, they showed no gameplay. I can't really go off too much. They showed a trailer, which was good, but I was kind of hoping to see gameplay, and they didn't really offer a brother with that, so there was no gameplay for Quantum Break. But that is definitely another exclusive you look at if you're thinking about buying an Xbox One. Then Project Spark, that's when those two dudes were on stage and they were like, Rockman, get him Rockman, rock! It was just like, stop dude. But Project Spark, which some people are comparing to Little Big Planet, I mean, it looked good. It looked good, but at the time when I was watching it, I'm like, I don't want to see this. I want to see jaw-dropping AAA exclusives. Like, that's what I wanted to see. But Project Spark, if you're into games like that, is definitely a game that, you know, might interest you to some extent. Then they got into talking about the smart glass thing for a while, how it, the freaking Nintendo smart glass thing, dude, linked to supporting devices with the Xbox One. Features include displaying game tips and setting up multiplayer while in game. So I mean, that's great, but again, all I was looking for is games, and they did offer that. So moving on from that, they showed Crimson Dream, which some people are saying it's like Lair. Listen, all I saw was a dragon flying in the air, and that's it. Like, I didn't see really nothing but a dragon flying in the air, and that's when the conference started to have a lot of technical difficulties because there was no sound, and you know, you heard people in like the audience laughing and like cracking jokes and stuff. So they showed off that. Then another exclusive, which is, I'm telling you, they had the games. Make no mistake about it, Microsoft bought the games. Another exclusive for Xbox One, Dead Rising 3. Now, I've never gotten into Dead Rising. I just never liked the concept of it. I just hate when zombie games just almost make it like an arcade type thing. Like I just never got into Dead Rising, but this one had a much more serious tone to it, and it looked great. Like I was feeling the gameplay. It's exclusive to Xbox One, and definitely if you're buying an Xbox One, Dead Rising 3 is definitely one of those games you look at. So again, they were coming with the exclusives, you know. Then they showed off Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. That looked great, you know. I don't think that's exclusive to Xbox. I think it's on PC as well, and it might be coming to PlayStation 4 as well, but I'm not sure. All I know is with The Witcher 3, that game looked amazing. Okay, then Battlefield 4 No Sound Edition because the technical difficulties when Battlefield 4 came, it was crazy. There was no sound, aka Battlefield 4 No Sound Edition. Thank you very much. Okay, so they started showing off Battlefield 4 once they got the whole no sound thing, you know, worked out. So Battlefield 4, it looked great. It was running in 60 frames per second. I was saying on Twitter, are they playing this from an Xbox One or PC? And at first people was like, dude, it's Xbox One. It's Xbox One. Listen to what they're saying. But then I'm hearing that they're playing it on PC using an Xbox One controller. So I don't know if that game was being run off of Xbox One or not. All I know is Battlefield 4 looks damn good. Moving on from that, then I'm not even gonna go. I'm not even going to lie to you. There came a point in this conference where I started scratching my head like, a brother might have to cop himself an Xbox One. Because, dude, all I know is I seen some mysterious figure walking in this freaking blanket. Some huge thing rose up from the ground. The wind blew the blanket off, and I saw Master Chief, bro. Hey, we all know the only reason I have an Xbox is because of Halo. And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw Master Chief, that kind of struck a nerve. I'm like, I might have to buy an Xbox One. But they didn't say Halo 5. All they did was show this great trailer, I guess teasing the next Halo. But you know, it definitely struck a nerve with it, brother. It was kind of tough to swallow that and be like, I have to stay strong. But so that was great. Then they said the price for the Xbox One, which I expected. But the price for the Xbox One is $500 in the US, 429 pounds in the UK. Again, I expected that price, but knowing what we know now, it's just anyways, that's the price of the Xbox One. And then they ended off their conference showing it's console exclusive because it's also on PC, but as far as consoles go, it is exclusive to Xbox One. Titanfall, and I didn't know nothing about this game. People were saying, dude, check out Titanfall, check out Titanfall. I knew nothing about it. Then I finally saw the gameplay and I'm like, yo, this game is great. Like, this game is like, it reminded me of Killzone, Battlefield, Medal of Honor, Crysis, Call of Duty, like it reminded me of so much games. But I loved it. I loved the gameplay, and it just looked fun. And so Titanfall definitely looks like a great game. As far as consoles go, it is exclusive to Xbox One, but you can get it on PC as well. And after that, that's Xbox's conference. They had a great conference, okay? Make no mistake about it. Yes, knowing what we know now, Microsoft seems to be in deep dookie, but they had a great conference, which is really the first step, okay? So coming up next, Sony.